Engineers for inviting me to speak with you today. And I want to recognize everyone here for the work that you do every day. You bring together talented engineering minds, you help protect the traveling public and our nation's workers, and you do a lot to hold our government accountable for quality infrastructure in this country. I also want to recognize the importance of ASCE's work to support building a diverse new generation of civil engineers, bringing more women and professionals of color into a profession that, as I saw firsthand as mayor, literally shapes communities. And so it's a profession that is that much better and stronger when its ranks reflect well the makeup of the communities around this country. My own department is on a similar journey, and I'm looking forward to continuing to partner with you on that work. Now, the last time I spoke with ASCE was at the release of your famous annual infrastructure report card in March. And those letter grades get a lot of attention, and rightly so. As you know, America hasn't exactly been making the grade. But as you also know, this is the best chance we've had in our lifetimes to get our grades up, thanks to the historic bipartisan infrastructure deal making its way through Congress. So I want to thank ASCE for your steadfast support for this plan. You have spoken out for it at the local level, at the national level, and you've helped to demonstrate why good infrastructure is so important to every dimension of our economy and our society, including facing new challenges like adapting to climate change and preventing it from getting worse. When it's signed into law, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act will repair and modernize thousands of miles of roads, highways, and bridges around the country. It will provide more than $100 billion for roads, bridges, and major projects, including a $40 billion level of funding for bridge repair and replacement. It's important to remember that this bill also marks the largest investment in public transit ever, something that will help replace old rail cars and buses, modernize signals, make public transit more accessible to people with disabilities, add new lines of service, and connect people with jobs and services in communities of every size around this country. It also represents the largest investment in passenger rail since the creation of Amtrak, funding critically needed repairs, allowing us to rebuild century-old infrastructure, and linking more communities across America with higher speed service. It'll help modernize ports and airports, preparing them for the decades ahead and making their operations more sustainable. And it kickstarts a historic leap forward in the transition to electric vehicles by investing in a network of EV chargers that will span the entire country. In combination with the rest of the president's Build Back Better agenda, this plan will create millions of new high-quality jobs over the course of the next decade and the decades to come. It's an extraordinary opportunity, not just for the current generation of engineers and those who work directly in infrastructure, but for millions of Americans who will see the economic benefit, including those thousands of young people you work with, wondering right now if a future in engineering might be for them. As our nation's oldest engineering society, ASCE has played a role in historic transformations in our infrastructure, from the creation of the Transcontinental Railroad to the advent of the interstate highway system, a trajectory that we are proud to build on with the opportunity before us now. And that's what we have, a chance to reimagine our transportation systems to make them cleaner, safer, and more equitable for everyone. We simply can't do it without the ingenuity, the passion, and the partnership of our nation's civil engineering professionals. So again, thank you for everything that you do. And on behalf of the entire U.S. Department of Transportation, I'm excited about our future, continuing to work together to build and maintain the infrastructure that our country needs and deserves. Thank you.